Hey everybody, this is Marcy with Just for Smiles Wreaths. Today I'm working on a project for a custom order, and I have this small oval shaped grapevine here. It's a very, it's not so small, but it's probably around 12 inches, maybe 14 inches long, maybe about 6 inches to 7 inches wide. This is going to go on a kitchen window, and she's just wanting some really simple greenery to it and a bow that matches some of her curtains that she has in her home. So I thought these would look really good, just be a very simple green that could go with any season. It's not too bright, so it's springy, and it's not too dark to where it looks like fall. It's definitely an everyday color. So we're just going to start with that. I did pick these picks up from Hobby Lobby, and they already come in like a little bundle here. What I did is I took them apart because the bundle is going to be a little bit too thick for it to, it's going to stick out way too far. So I took them apart. They're wired as well, and that way we can fit them in exactly where we want them to go, and it makes them go a little bit further that they're separated like that. All right, so we'll get started. And I did want to mention that she did give me some of her fabric for her curtains in her kitchen, and I wanted to match it up with some ribbon that would go pretty close. And of course, this natural, almost burlap looking color ribbon goes really well with the light shades that are in that plaid there. So we're going to use a natural small, this is a 1.5 inch wired ribbon to make our bow with. Okay, so I'm now going to make my bow. I want to make sure that the bow's not too big or too small for this smaller grapevine that we have here. She wants something real minimalist, so we don't want a very big over the top bow sticking out with just a little bit of greenery. So I'm going to take this wired 1.5 inch. I have my bow maker here, and I'm just going to pull it down to see how long I want my tail to go. You can always cut your tail smaller, but I'm going to start with a fairly long tail. I believe we're going to go up at the top with our bow. So it looks like this is around a 10-inch tail here, and I don't want it sticking too far off and wide, so we're going to go with a very small bow. We're going to do around 4 inches on the bow maker for our first loop, and we're going to do that on the opposite side as well, 4 inches. And we've got our 2 loops here. I know it's a little hard of an angle, but this kind of gives you an idea. We're going to do a second loop on this one side that's 4 inches. And we're going to do that as well on the other side. And sometimes I like to go in and just add more smaller loops, but with this one I want it to be really simple, really just elegant. And so we're not going to add a middle loop to this. We're just going to have 2 loops on each side at 4 inches. And I have a little pipe cleaner here that I'm just going to fold in half. Pull this ribbon out here. Keep it in place, push that through and pull it at the back. Get it real nice and tight. Make sure everything is the way it should look. It's twisted in the right directions. Really simple little bow here. And we're just going to flip it over and do a few twists on the back, make sure it stays nice and tight. And that's how we made our little bow. And it'll go right there at the top. Okay, so now we have our bow on here. We've got our tails going down here, and we'll cut those once we start adding that greenery in. I just went through the grapevine with that pipe cleaner and cut it off a little bit and tuck it right back inside the grapevine. And so now it's ready for us to start. All right. Okay, so now we're going to start adding our greenery to our grapevine here. And I'm just going to cut some of these pieces off the bottom. The tail's a little bit longer than I needed it to be. Got a glue pot over here and my glue gun in case I need it. And we're going to just start attaching this greenery all around the wreath. And I have this other pick that's all together, and I'm just going to pull it apart. Okay, so here we are. We've got our cute and simple yet elegant little farmhouse greenery wreath here with a pretty little bow. Just a very simple design, perfect. That's going to go on her kitchen window and going to look so pretty, matching her curtains and everything else in the household. So you don't really need a whole lot. Sometimes it's just a beautiful bow and some greenery. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know. Thank you.